Here is the Rizzler's girl, and Riz is having her big first little jump school out in the field, and she was amazing, and I'm so happy with her. I just couldn't be more thrilled. It honestly boggles my mind that no one has scooped up this adorable, talented little mare yet, but I do have to say that even though I get frustrated with the market when I feel like I have a great group of horses and for whatever reason the market is just really quiet and they're not getting serious interest, what I do appreciate is that at least I have a great group of horses to ride. There's nothing worse than having a couple of horses that just really aren't my ride and nothing moving. So at least I'm really enjoying the horses that I'm riding every day, which makes just a huge difference in, day to day, how happy or grumpy I am. But I've been very happy with all of these horses. Okay, so Riz is a 15 2.5 hand, short but stout thoroughbred mare by Engage, which is an Into Mischief line. She had 7 career starts, which is plenty for a 3-year-old. Her last was on July 11th, so a little over a month ago, about 5 weeks ago. And she never even hit the board, so certainly was more than appropriate for them to pull the plug on her racing career. The only little oddity about Riz is that she has this old hematoma right above her left knee. It's well over a year old. In fact, last year they ultrasounded it, which confirmed that it's nothing but fluid in there, and they drained it. But unfortunately, sometimes when the tissue in an area adjusts to a hematoma, especially right above the knee, it's so hard to get fluid out of the knee. It's not actually in the knee, it's above it, but nonetheless, same area. They drained it, but unfortunately, it just filled right back up. So she's just going to have this sort of bit of like pocket of fluid above her left knee. And of course, there's pictures of it in her Flickr album. And so there's just like a bit of fluid above the knee, around the knee, and, in the leg in general. But, ultrasound has confirmed that it is in fact just fluid. And obviously, she was racing on it perfectly soundly. And she is extremely sound. And actually, she has great little feet. One of the best things about her. So it's just her sort of odd little bump that she's going to have that shouldn't affect her in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, here she is hopping over her first little logs and things in the field, and she's just being absolutely perfect and adorable, and she's actually jumping really quite nicely. And she's being extremely rideable. I actually warmed her up in the ring first because I just wanted to do my little outside line cross rail exercise to make sure that she was feeling straight and rideable and all the things. And that's at the end of this video. It's kind of boring, like in a good way, because she's being so good. It's not very exciting. But so that video is at the end after we did our little tour around the field. I left it in. So anyway, it's I have to keep reminding myself she's just a 3-year-old because she's just being so darn good. It's ridiculous. She's just wildly brave. For a 3-year-old having her first spin around a jump field, she is just super crazy, straight and brave and happy to do the job. Ears are pricked in a very pleasant way. She stayed super rideable for the whole thing. I thought she jumped a bunch of stuff really cutely. I just don't know what else there is to say. I'm just totally smitten with her. I think she's just the most adorable little horse. And she has just the titanium egg butt snaffle with a peanut in her mouth. I did put a running on her just because it's baby 3-year-old's first time in a big jump field. I actually also rode Max out in the field and I put the running on him too. They didn't really need it, but nonetheless, better safe than sorry. I don't normally put it on either of them. So cute to that little table. So cute. I just love her expression for this whole ride. And she was also excellent about the traffic going by, which is, of course, my biggest pet peeve and fear. She jumped that really nicely out of stride. She's doing an excellent job in this ride of being curious and interested, but also still keeping her brain on me and maintaining her rideability. And I loved that she did not overjump that little pipe. So now we're going to go around and we're going to jump the bigger pipe. And for everybody wondering, yes, she sticks exactly 15 2.5 hands. She's only 3 years old, so yes, she is going to grow a little bit more. Is she going to be enormous? Absolutely not. I suspect she'll finish around 15.3, 15.3.5. Luckily, though, she is quite stout. You know, she's a solid little chunk of a horse. I didn't ride that very well. I thought I was too quick with my upper body. But she was fabulous. She was straight. She was dead honest. Super little mare. Landed in a great canter. I needed to be a little slower with my shoulders and more behind her. She's doing such a good job with her steering and her straightness. Super little girl. Sometimes, I think I have them straight in the ring, which is, of course, a smaller space with a nice fence around it. And then I take them out into the jump field and I realize how wrong I was about that. But Riz, that was actually so much better to that pipe than the other one. I was much more behind with my upper body. But Riz is just being so good about steering between the legs and listening and turning and all the things. I think now she's going to do her grand finale over the little coop and then she was all done. So cute. What a good girl. I was so happy with her. I still am so happy with her. But that really couldn't have been better. I mean, she just absolutely nailed it. So this was our warm up in the ring. I'm not going to narrate through this whole thing, but the emphasis was just that she be straight and she be rideable, and she most certainly was. She was excellent. She was so good that she made me think that she was plenty ready to go out in the field and jump around.